fairness.
Yeah, it's fantastic from Kone. You think initially Slimani's got away from Drinkwater, wants the 1-2. But just see here, he turns away, but he gets back so quickly. Kone, fantastic defending.
Robert Hoof is there. Slimani. And Andy King fancy to go. To get another win coming the way of Craig Shakespeare, 6 out of 6. Anichebe. And Dong. Jones. Jeffrey. Jones. King. Well, Sunderland with a better team for much of this game until Leicester raised the stakes in the second half. Relegation looking a certainty for David Moyes, but for Craig Shakespeare, the wins just keep on coming. He used his subs to considerable effect. Slimani headed home Albrighton's cross not long after both of them had come on, and then Albrighton set up Jamie Vardy, who produced another terrific finish. Sunderland's search for a goal is becoming a painful pursuit. They hit the post just before Leicester scored their second in a sequence of extraordinary events that pretty much summed up their season. They appear to be doomed to relegation, but Leicester are looking up, playing like champions at last. What on earth kept them? Full time at the King Power Stadium. Leicester 2, Sunderland 0.
This broadcast of the Premier League is brought to you by Wonder Coffee. Try the new Wonder Extra Presso. Brickfields Asia College, the fastest and smartest way. And MyAG, your e-government service provider.
Johan, look! I just bought this. Do you like it?
Johan, give mommy a massage, please.
Johan, I'm talking to you.
Are you even listening? Painful, Johan.
Johan!
Focus. Focus. Please, focus.
Johan, please!
Stay strong, bro. Stay strong.
Wonder Extra Presso, brewed from premium Arabica coffee beans for a stronger coffee taste.
Wonder Coffee. Catch us on her.tv. Don't forget to watch her.tv. It smells so good.
Keep the spirit up.
Sure,
we love that.
Be comfortable in what you wear. Don't sacrifice your body for fashion.
Imagine an education that takes you beyond classrooms, which does not limit you, which prepares you for the challenges that lie ahead, with ample options and different career paths, and support from a global network of universities, where you will build friendships that will change your life forever and be ready to change the world. This is the future of education. Brickfields Asia College, the best brand in education.
on daily why it's not important to lead the first round at the Masters.
Plus, what really forced Dustin Johnson out of Augusta?
And which team is running out of time in the playoff race?
Oh yeah, come on right in, sports fans. Don't worry, no blackout surprises today on the show, okay? You're watching Daily with myself, Michelle, and of course, Nadia, and it's always good to have you guys join us.
Yep. And have you been following the Masters, Michelle? Because I know that you play a bit of golf yourself.
If you call what I do playing, but yeah, I have, and it's just surprises after surprises,
yes.
I tell you.
Can you believe all the drama that's surrounding the last, 24 hours? It's like, will he, won't he, can they? It's like so
You're talking about Dustin Johnson, right?
Yes, and that's not all. There's also the weather at Augusta.
Yeah.
Like the storm forced the cancellation of the traditional par 3 to be contest, right? Now, luckily, the golfers were able to weather the storm on day one. See what I did there? Weather the storm.
Just in case you didn't know, Nadia, I was rolling my eyes, by the way, at you. Okay?
Roll back at you.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, this man cannot wait to get his hands on a green jacket. It's the only major Rory McIlroy has not won. But his third birdie of the day here couldn't lift him any higher up the leaderboard. He settled for even par, tied for 12th.
I'm really happy with how I finished. As you said, I was getting frustrated on the front nine, and I really needed to dig deep. I made 3 really key up and downs on 10, 11 and 12 just to stay at 3 over par. And then I knew there was a couple of chances coming up, 13 and 15, and you know, it was a bonus to make it 2 on 16 as well.
Single major winner Justin Rose had better luck with conditions. 4 bogeys this round still saw the Englishman end day 1 under par.
The advantage over the golf course today and shoot 1 under is kind of a moral victory for sure. It was certainly as tough as I've seen it play. You had to be 100% committed to every shot. If you didn't, there was probably some bad things waiting on the other end of the golf ball if you didn't commit.
Sharing the same fate was Sergio Garcia. He'd hit only 1 birdie at the 8th, tied for 4th.
To go bogey-free today on this golf course in these conditions, I'm very, very happy about that. Obviously, yeah, I would love to make maybe a couple more birdies of some of those good opportunities I had, but I had some good putts. It's very difficult to make a lot of putts in these conditions on greens like this. So at the end of the day, I think that I'm satisfied with my score on my round.
1 shot ahead of Garcia, you'd find Lee Westwood. 5 straight birdies, including at the 17th year, meant he'd sit in 3rd place.
You've got to be very patient out there and very wary, because you know, even if you get good shots with the wind the way it's swirling, all our group hit good shots at 12, and we were all in the back trap.
This man was making his debut in Augusta. Will McGirt couldn't have asked for a better round. That birdie on the 16th, his 4th on the first day, gave him a 3 under par 69, giving him a seat in 2nd place on the leaderboard, his best outing since winning the 2016 Memorial Tournament.
I mean, this is a lifelong dream, and it's one of those things that when you're going through that, you don't know if this moment will ever happen. There's been years and years, even since I've been on tour, that I didn't know if this moment would ever happen. And it's just one of those things. I'm going to try to soak it all in and enjoy it.
Looking down on the entire pack was Charlie Hoffman. 5 straight birdies in 6 holes, including at the par 4 14th and 17th here. Saw the world number 52 shoot a 7 under par 65 to lead.
I put myself in spots to be able to make putts. Doesn't mean you're going to make them out here. I was able to make some longer putts, which you're sort of trying to just diet up there close to the hole, and they were able to go in. And obviously very happy with the end result of 7 under.
But we've got some bad news for Hoffman. There's only been 1 first-round leader at the Masters who have gone on to win the whole tournament. That honor falls on Jordan Spieth 2 years ago. Last year's winner, Danny Willett, only finished in T9 on day 1. This time around, however, the Englishman finds himself tied for 19th after the first round of proceedings.
When you get weather like today, it is brutal. I think the leader's probably 4 or 5 under now, but you know, they're the guys who are dropping on perfect numbers and not having to try and create shots too much with the ball into some of these flags and leave themselves a couple of simple-ish, you know, uphill putts with not much breeze. You start to get out of position and you leave yourself some shots that are crosswinds, and you've got a couple of little 4 or 5 footers downhill with a downwind or a crosswind. This place soon jumps up and bites you. So yeah, today was as tough as I've ever played it out here.
Wasn't that easy out there today. It's not exactly how you picture the first round going. I played some fairly good golf. Unfortunately, I bogeyed 3 of my last 4 holes, and it's a bit of a dampener on the good stuff that was out there today, but I like where my game's at. It's just very, very difficult. You've just got to somehow will the ball in the hole, and today I didn't make the putts.
It was tough out there. I mean, obviously everyone's saying how tough it is. You guys can see how windy it is, and the greens are starting to slowly dry out, and they're starting to get a little bit quicker. I mean, it's blowing a good 20 to 30 miles an hour from the west, and amongst these trees it starts to swell, so you've got to commit to the shot, and sometimes it's very, very difficult to do that.
Certainly not pleased with the final score for today, but I mean, how often are you truly pleased with your round? So, you know, I'm in a position that I'm still in the tournament. It could have got out of hand there. I could have let it get out of hand on the last 3 holes and not have a chance anymore. And just like we normally do, we fought back hard and we finished strong.
A little disappointed with the 6 of the last. I mean, at worst that should have been a 5. You know, I should be able to hit a wedge in there a little bit closer, and if not 2-putt. But you know, starting out the day, I knew it was gonna be tough out there. And you know, 1 over isn't a bad score, but yeah, even or under par would have been a lot nicer. Lunch would have tasted better.
If you didn't already know, the world #1 man in golf was forced to withdraw from the Masters just before tee-off. Dustin Johnson made it all the way to the first hole, only to confirm he will not play. Well, here's
Tatum
why.
was on the way home from daycare, and it was pouring down rain, and so I was going to go move the car. I was just wearing my socks, and I walked, and I just slipped as I was going down the stairs and landed. It was only like a little 3. It actually would have been better if it would have been a full set of stairs, because it kind of would have just slid down it, but it was only 3, so I kind of landed, you know, right on the bottom, landed on my left elbow was swollen and bruised, and then, you know, landed on the left side of my lower back, took the brunt of it. But it hurts. It's, you know, I was doing everything I could to try to play. You know, last night, you know, ice, heat, ice. I was up, you know, pretty much all night, but, you know, trying to get it ready for today. You know, I've been, you know, worked on all morning. And, you know, obviously I can make some swings, it's just can't swing full, I can't make my normal swing, and, you know, I just don't feel like there's any chance that I'll be able to compete.
DJ's best outing in Augusta was actually last year. He tied for 4th with JB Holmes and Paul Casey to take home a share of $413,000. It's the first time the last year's US Open champ will miss the tournament since 2012.
Well, it's down to only 5 places left in the playoffs, but 9 teams are fighting for them. 7 of them are in the East battling for 4 spots, just like the Indiana Pacers. Unfortunately for them, though, their closest rivals hold a tiebreaker over them. That's 7th place Chicago Bulls and 8th place Miami. So all they can do now really is win and hope for the best. Standing in their way today was the Greek Freak, looking to book their ticket into the postseason too. Giannis Antetokounmpo was hot early on, the pump fake before the hammer right there. And then, of course, taking it coast to coast. Ooh, 25 points to lead the scores for Milwaukee. But it wasn't enough. And definitely not, especially with Paul George on the prowl, chasing the loose ball right there to show Giannis how it's done. Indiana then went on a 13-2 run. PG with back-to-back J's here to give Indiana a 15-point win.
Aggressive defense was key against the Bucks. You had 10 steals in the first half. How much was that a difference tonight?
It's a big difference. I mean, we got into them second half. Before the second half, coach said we got to get into them more. You know, we did that and we got the W.
Are you watching the standings and keeping an eye on the playoff picture? Because I know you didn't just come here to play some regular season games.
I'm just going game by game. We got to win every game. I know we're in a nice seed, but we got to get up there and we just got to win every game.
No Dwayne Wade for the Bulls, so it was up to Jimmy Butler to keep Chicago's playoff hope alive against the Sixers, and he didn't waste time doing that. Now, he also delegated, finding Bobby Portis for the J. A double-double from the bench for the man tonight. But Philly fired back in the second cue, Justin Anderson from downtown. Then, showing his versatility in the paint. to make it only a 4-point game right here. Unfortunately for Rashawn Holmes, he couldn't do the same. Now his attempt falling in the hands of Jarian Grant, who finds Nikola Mirotic for the layup right here. Now Mirotic led the night in scoring with 22, 9-point game to the Bulls now. Where was Butler in all this? Cleaning up Anthony Morris' mess, turning defense into offense there. He'd finished with a triple-double, 19 points, 10 boards, 10 helpers. Speaking of helpers, there was one for Mirotic here who drains it from downtown. Chicago win by 12. So the win for Chicago and Indiana leave them in 7th and 8th in the East respectively. The Miami Heat have a chance to leapfrog the Pacers though when they go up against the Portland Trail Blazers tomorrow.
And still ahead on Daily, we take a look at the race for the playoffs in the West. That and more up next.
Three-point attempt. Oh, what a superb run. And he finds the back of the net. What an extraordinary day he has had. Got to score. Got to score. No excuses. How unlucky can you get? There is no such thing as perfect. It had controversy, it had goals. That is football 7-7.
Fans are very important for us. Thank you for the support and keep going.
This broadcast of the Premier League is brought to you by Wanda Coffee. Try the new Wanda Extra Presso. Brickfields Asia College, the fastest and smartest way. And MyEG, your e-government service provider. The chase for Europe's greatest football title continues as the battle heats up in the quarterfinals. The UEFA Champions League on Astro's Super Sport channels.
Have you ever questioned the nature of your reality?
I have work to do. I promise it's the only reason I'm here.
Oh my God.
I want a divorce. Are you drunk?
I am done running for president. But I'm not.
This weekend, watch the latest and greatest on demand. All your favorite dramas non-stop. Now on Connected PVR and all new Astro Go.
Back on Daily. Luckily, so was Damian Lillard's form for Portland after going 12 of 41 from the field in his last 2 games up against Minnesota. Andrew Wiggins running the show early on. Then something off Arsenal's playbook. Pass, and pass again, only for Karl Anthony Towns to end that merry-go-round. Now, Lillard knew something needed to be done fast. First, from beyond the arc for the wide-open 3. And signaling his intent too, then blazing towards the net with this layup right here. Now Portland continued clawing their way back with this counterattack, setting up Allen Crabbe from downtown there. The Lillard and Crabbe combo continued to thrive. Dame here wondering, AC di mana? AC di sini to tame the T-Wolves. Crabbe would get a career-high 8 3-pointers in this game, snapping Portland's 2-game losing streak.
What led to the flurry of threes that we saw by you? Uh-oh, you're going to get wet. Nurkic got you. So what led to the flurry of threes we saw by you, a career-high 8 3-pointers tonight?
My teammates just found me in the flow of the offense. I got some easy ones in transition. And, you know, after the first couple ones go in, you just feel like the rim is getting bigger and bigger. So I just kept shooting the ball, and my teammates kept finding me, and I was knocking them down tonight.
You know, early in the game, it wasn't looking good for you guys. Minnesota was out 12-2. You guys got down by as many as 15. How are you guys able to rally and get this game back into control?
We know how important these games are for us, man. We need every single one of these games for the rest of the season. And we went in at halftime, and Coach was preaching that we needed to play better defense.
Now, what does all that mean for the Trailblazers? With only 3 games left in the regular season, Portland are 1.5 games ahead of their only competitor at the moment, the Denver Nuggets.
And meanwhile, over in the East, John Wall and co became the latest visitors at the Madison Square Garden. Jay Wall wasted no time on imposing himself at the Big Apple with that dunk that put the Wizards up by 12 points. Moving along to the third cue, Wall with the spin, going to the other side of the court before knocking down the J. He then showed off some playmaking skills, finding Marcin Gortat for the basket and the foul. 8 helpers on the night for the Great Wall. Then it was time for a holiday, Justin Holiday style, get it? His 16 points was his highest tally since January, but who cares when you knock him down like that, right? Now, any comeback by Washington would have to go through this man. 24 points, including this one right here. The Knicks had a chance to bring this into OT, but Carmelo Anthony missed from downtown meant that the Wizards will gladly take this. And with that performance, Wall registered himself to an exclusive membership to this club right here. The Wizards joined a list that only consists of James Harden and Russell Westbrook, by the way, for 23 or more points per game and double digits in assists since 1991.
11 consecutive double-doubles was on Dwight Howard's mind coming into this game, but it was his teammate Paul Millsap who stole the show, laying down a statement with a jumper before picking the pocket of Jaylen Brown, putting it on a plate for Taurean Prince to dunk it in. Now Millsap then found Tim Hardaway Jr. in acres of space. A failed 3 was put back in by Prince. Time for Mr. Fourth Quarter to step up? Well, he had help from Marcus Smart with 18 points, and there he is. IT starting his engine early in the third before delivering yet again in the fourth, 35 points on the night. But he wasn't looking too pleased himself. Now, maybe he knew that even his game high wasn't enough to prevent back-to-back losses for the C's as they lose this by 7. More NBA action coming your way this weekend. The match with something more to offer in terms of the playoff seedings is the Spurs and Clippers. Now that is on Sunday live at 8:30 a.m.
And this is the third round of the Charleston Open. Caroline Wozniacki faced an opponent she's never lost to before, Anastasia Rodionova. The Australian, on the other hand, has not dropped a set in this tournament, but that was set to change when Wozniacki pulled out all the stop. This backhand job was no coincidence, I tell you, just in case you're wondering. And to make sure of that, the Dane pulled off a similar trick. Have a look at this. Yet again, to take a 4-love lead in the process. And yes, you probably guessed it, Rodionova dropped her first set here to Wozniacki, but fought back with a forehand winner to break the 5th seed's serve. However, after hanging on for almost 90 minutes, Rodionova finally succumbed to the pressure. Losing in straight sets, that can only mean Wozniacki is through to the quarterfinals. And she will face Yelena Ostapenko. Food for thought though, the Dane has never lost in the quarterfinal in Charleston in 5 appearances. And staying with tennis, the Davis Cup quarterfinal pits 9-time winners France and 5-time winners Great Britain. Here's the thing though, now it may look like a tie resembling a clash of the titans, but it was anything but. Great Britain will be without Andy Murray, who helped them win the tournament in 2015. France, on the other hand, also have notable absentees of their own. We're talking about Joe Wilfried Tsonga and Gil Monfils, who will be missing out.
It's going to be a tough match, especially away from home. It's always tough. I'd say they're slight favourites for the tie, but we've got a lot of balls to be hit by between now and then. See what happens come Sunday.
Good luck for the weekend.
Cheers.
In the absence of Tsonga and Monfils, Lucas Pouilly will be their highest-ranked player, and the world number 17 seem up for the challenge ahead.
Well, I think you feel much more pressure because you're not only playing for yourself, you're playing for your country, you're playing for your teammates, you have all the families, all the crowd, especially when you play at home. So, but then the crowd is behind you. Every time I stepped on court in Davis Cup, it was very exciting. I was so happy to be here, and you want to play your best tennis, and you want everybody to be proud of you.
The second leg of the F1 season is set to take place in Shanghai. Sebastian Vettel has only won this leg of the race once since its inception in 2004. But after winning the opening leg of the season in Melbourne last week, the feel-good factor is certainly back in Vettel and Ferrari's camp.
There's a lot of work that goes into the whole project, and it's the best way to obviously kick off the season. So I think the day was very special. The fans in Melbourne, the reception there was incredible, and I think also for everyone, back in Italy, in Maranello, obviously it was great to, get a little bit of a reward after such a long winter, a lot of hard work, as I said, that went into the new car. So when I came back to the factory, people were generally very happy and motivated to push even harder, which obviously is what we need. It's just the first race, so it doesn't mean much, but for sure it's, as I said, the best way to start off.
Vettel is certainly right not to get carried away just yet. Shanghai is, after all, Hamilton's happy hunting ground, being the most successful driver there with 4 wins. He's also won 3 of the last 8.
All right, Nadia, so we're sticking with the whole winners theme, right? I have a question for you. Ready?
Okay, shoot.
Okay, who is the most decorated player in football history?
Coming from Michelle, so I'm guessing it's a Man United player, Ryan Giggs?
Yes, you are right, and it's nice to hear from a Chelsea fan, by the way, validating that. The legendary Welshman spent 24 seasons in United, winning 34 trophies, including 13 Premier League titles and 2 Champions League medals.
Wow, Giggs was recently in Egypt for the Champions League trophy tour, so as expected, we had to ask him about Leicester City's chances in Europe and Chelsea's runaway lead in the Premier League.
Well, first of all, I hope Leicester do go all the way, because it'd be a fantastic story. They deservedly won the Premier League last year. Fantastic performance. And again, they're showing the football fans what they're capable of as well. They have a tough game against Atletico Madrid, definitely. Regarding Chelsea, they've been the outstanding team this year. And I think that's just shown in the last 5 or 6 days, where they get beat, which can happen. A surprise, Crystal Palace at home. But then they have a fantastic result last night against Manchester City. So when you do get defeated, it's how you come back. Anyone can get beat, but they come back in a strong way. So it looks like they're going to win the Premier League. Anything can happen still. There's 7 or 8 games to go. But they look strong. And with Hazard and Costa and Kante, so many other good players, I can't see them slipping up.
Right, I cannot agree more. Thanks, Giggsy. Chelsea have the late game on Sunday when they travel to Bournemouth, while the team that's hoping the Blues slip up, Tottenham, kick things off this weekend when they host Watford. Both games are live on SuperSport 3. Okay, people, one more break before we reveal this week's FTF. You will want to stick around for this, like seriously, okay?
The E-League Street Fighter V Invitational. The world's greatest fighting game and its legendary characters take center stage in Atlanta. Bring it on! As the best of the best fight for the title of E-League champion. The E-League Street Fighter V Invitational.
Live on EGG. WTA Volvo Car Open on Astro Supersport 4 and HD.
Welcome back. Now, I've got another question for you, Nadia.
Okay.
What does John Cena, Charlie Adam, and Vin Diesel have in common?
What? They probably go to the same gym.
They're not even in the same
They're
country.
like so buff right
No.
now. Okay, no. You would like them better if they had hair, a long hair.
Never seen that, but no.
No? Okay, I'm just gonna wing it. They are all huge fans of Justin Bieber.
Close, but not the answer I was looking for. Today, they're all part of our Friday special, FTF.
Right.
Of course.
This I have to see, okay? So roll the first clip.
Dun, dun, dun. First up, Charlie Adam. Okay, quick Nadia. Guess what happens after this run-up?
We're gonna get to see a goal. Beautiful one. Yeah.
Okay, not so right. The ex-Liverpool man falls down on the ball instead. And since his leg touched the ball there, right, the rule says it's now the opponent's. Or at least that's what the referee's assistant is signaling to the ref. Look at Mark Hughes. He's definitely not happy with all this.
I mean, he's in disbelief. How can that happen? It's like... Gosh,
and after that, you have Charlie Adam basically going home crying to his mama.
Yeah, lah, of course lah. Poor guy. Oh gosh. Okay, moving on, some basketball. Phoenix versus Golden State. Steph Curry on the ball there. He slips, right? Tussles with a couple of Phoenix
looks like
players.
Quidditch to me for some reason.
Yep, just a bit. And throws the ball to Sean Livingston and he does that. So it seems like he's going to pass the ball, but he actually scores.
Oh.
Nice,
okay, you
right?
remember this at WrestleMania 33, right?
Yeah,
John Cena
yeah.
proposing to Nikki Bella. It was so sweet. But have a look at this. Look at the back where the arrow is at. The fan is not happy.
Oh, the guy in the cap.
Yeah, he's booing. I'm guessing he has a crush on Nikki.
Maybe. Or John Cena, no?
So sweet, lah. Don't spoil the moment.
Okay, back to this game. Phoenix and Golden State. Devin Booker on a breakaway. Doesn't see the umpire and, of course, bumps into him.
That looks bad.
Yes. Now, the umpire will need to see the medic for that.
Yep, this is the second round of the Charleston Open. Yula Putintseva beaten by Magda Lynette. But quite a sore loser. Look, she's not looking at her. She just gave her hand out and walked away.
She's like, girl, I ain't want to touch your hand. Okay, now Algerian second division match. The GK Lamar Daif of ASO Clef. See, he doesn't get the clearance very well, right? Very, very wrong there. I think first day on the job, lah.
I hope he knows he's a goalkeeper, you know. Not anything else. Finally, the Fast and Furious 8 stars were in Madrid for the premiere of the film. Of course, they were greeted by Atletico Madrid's Felipe Luis and Antoine Griezmann, but that's Vin Diesel.
Yes, I like football. Everyone likes football.
Excuse me, what do you think about Atletico de Madrid?
Increíble, muy increíble.
Any favorite player?
Increíble todo.
Real Madrid.
These are my favorite players. These are my favorite players on the team. The ones that came to see Dom Toretto are my favorite
Right,
ones
Vin
on the
Diesel.
team.
We all believe you. Increíble.
Oh no, Charlie Theron even got an Atleti jersey too. Question is, where's mine?
Yours ah. Yours
What?
ah.
I never
You're
get.
not Charlize Theron lah, so you cannot get one lah, okay? But you know what? I don't know if I'm more jealous of like Antoine getting to meet Charlize Theron or Charlize getting to meet Antoine.
Girl, I mean, come on. He's the top scorer in Euros last year. And he's going to be a future Manchester United star. So obviously, I'm more jealous of Charlize meeting Antoine.
Sorry. You mean a future Chelsea star, right? We've got Champions League.
All up for debate.
Okay, speaking of debate, right? A lot of that happening tonight. Football Countdown is on at 9 p.m. live with Roshan on SuperSport 3.
And of course, on YouTube as well. So, till next time. Bye.
Get into the spirit of the SEA Games 2017 Kuala Lumpur with a look back at the glorious moments and achievements of our athletes. Imbasan Sukan Sea every Monday, 10:30 p.m. on Astro Arena and HD. The heat is on. The best of men's squash battle for precious points in the race to qualify for the World Series final. The PSA World Series Alguna International on Astro SuperSport 2 and HD.
It's all about taking your opportunity. A hero, in fact, a legend.
To get themselves into the game. If they did that, they've done better than that. Yeah, look at the catch.
Listen to this crowd go crazy. What a stunning performance. See what's happened tonight.
Absolutely brilliant. De Villiers.
Indian Premier League 2017. The best cricket only on Astro Cricket Channel 838. Subscribe via Channel 200.